All right. We've got people joining. Hello, welcome. We're going to wait maybe 2 minutes and then we'll get things going. Make sure everyone is joined that wants to join. Shari, how do I change the view so we can see both of us? Or can you see both of us? I should really learn how to work technology, but
Up on your camera where you can see yourself,
Mhm.
you can click sync no or the very top, no one, two, or the whole group of people. Do you see it?
No, but that's okay. I can do it after. I can have a learning session after this.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you a coaching call after we're done.
I would love that. I need that.
You'd think we'd have this down pat though, as many as we do together.
Oh, you would think. Yep, you would think. I think it's a me problem though. Okay, yeah. Still trickling in. We have a great turnout. This is exciting. This is a beautiful house too, so it's going to be a fun one to show. Let's say maybe one more minute and then we'll kick it off. Okay, I think attendance is kind of slowed down. I think we're okay to get going. If you're ready, Shari, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining. As always, we have a beautiful house to share and we love to talk about houses. So glad you're here. I'm Katie Smith. I am a homeownership counselor out of Adair's Cresswell office. So my territory is kind of mid-Oregon, mid-Willamette Valley, Eugene, over to the coast and south, and then down in the Roseburg area. And Shari, if you'll introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Shari, and I work out of our Treasure Valley office, which covers Baker City all the way to McCall, Idaho, Mountain Home, and everywhere in the Treasure Valley.
You have you have a huge territory,
I
huge.
really do. Yes,
And I feel like you have every weather system as well within that territory.
I do.
Okay, so the house we are showing you today is Adair's Creston plan. 2,500 square feet, two-story house. This plan is a great example of how much modification you can do without going down the custom home path. They kind of pushed it to the limit of totally reconfiguring, but kind of staying to where it slightly resembles a Creston. Um, so we'll get into that. But first thing I want to share with you is our website. And on our website, you will find all of our pre-engineered floor plans and the price for them in your area. What you're looking at is a standard Creston plan and a Traditions elevation. The thing to know about the exterior elevations and just our plans in general is that they're kind of giving you a starting point or an idea, but they can be fully customized. So for example, maybe you like this Traditions elevation with the lap siding at the bottom and the batten board at the top. Maybe you like this farmhouse with the batten board all over and the gridded windows, or this more modern riata style. Or maybe you're like, this is a good starting point, but I'm thinking more of like a traditional farmhouse look, and you want to move the garage to the side and do a wraparound porch. So just keeping in mind as you're looking and planning and dreaming, these are ideas for starting points, but we want the house to match you and your needs. So everything can be modified, changed, reconfigured. Shari, I entirely forgot to say, I started talking too quickly, that we are happy to answer questions as we go. Just throw them into the Q&A box and we'll pause periodically and make sure we're getting everything answered about anything we're talking about or just anything in general. Yes, Q&A box. Shari is watching it. Shari, anything to add about the website that we should talk about?
No, I think I don't know who's been on the website, but you can get under resources and actually design your home. You can go to and oh, I'm sorry, home planning. I don't know what I'm thinking today. And you can actually design your kitchen and all kinds of things. So it's pretty awesome. So
It is, it is. And then there's always the chat box at the bottom where you can talk with one of our online sales consultants and they can answer questions or direct you to one of us.
yes.
Okay, so the house we're sharing starts as a traditions elevation, and I'll show you, I'll do a pause before I get going on it so you can see all the changes they made because it's extensive. I want to show you how this house was originally laid out before I show you the changes they made. So you're looking at the floor plan of the lower level. Of course, we've got the 2-car garage with the front facing door, got some covered front porch. You go into this kind of common space, open concept, great room, dining, big horseshoe shaped kitchen with a walk-in pantry. And then downstairs is the primary suite, and the utility room functions as a mudroom as well with access to the garage. Upstairs, you've got 4 more bedrooms and a big bonus room. So a nice big upstairs. This plan, the Creston and the Gallatin, which is like the baby brother to this plan, are just really efficiently designed. So best possible use of space. They're kind of boxy almost. So the price per square foot is excellent.
Yes. They fit on so many lots too. So many different lots.
Okay, we ready to see my plans, do you think, or do you have any other thoughts on this floor plan?
No, let's do it. I'm excited to see the changes.
Okay, to make this extra confusing, my customers did the reverse version of this. So when you see it, the garage is going to be over here on this side, amongst a lot of other changes. So first and foremost, we are looking at the downstairs. They flipped the upstairs and downstairs. They have ocean views. They wanted their common space to be on the upper level. So we literally just took the upstairs and put it downstairs. They converted one of the bedrooms to shop space. So they've got their standard garage, which they actually added 4 feet to. So it's an extra deep garage plus a shop space. And then they converted 2 of the bedrooms to a dual primary. So downstairs now we have 1 bedroom and a walk-in closet, a dual primary suite with its own bedroom and second utility room, and then bonus room and shop.
Love it.
Upstairs, we've got pretty standard. So one thing they did, so you've got the primary suite, primary bath, utility room, of course, has no door now. It's just its own little room. Half bath, great room, dining, kitchen, still really open concept. Really the only change they made up here, they put this cute little bump out in, and then they swapped the pantry and the walk-in closet. And the reason for that was the closet used to have a door kind of right down here, right in the middle of this bedroom wall. And they wanted to save as much space as they could here for furniture. So they moved their bedroom closet door down here closer to the bedroom entry. All right. Ready for the video? Any questions so far?
Not yet, but
Okay.
I'm excited.
All right. So they were working on the driveway when we were there taking pictures, which is a bummer, but you still get the gist of it. It's a beautiful house. This is built in Bandon, right on the coast. So you'll be able to see the ocean. It's incredible views. But there are some severe height restrictions for houses built in Bandon. They don't want to block the neighbor's view of the ocean. So we've got 8-foot floors upstairs and downstairs. And then we also did this custom 212 roof pitch. So really minor slope on the roof. It's metal. As always, I'm going to let this video play all the way through, and then Shari and I will play it again and stop a lot to explain to you what you're seeing. But those of you who have watched our virtual open houses before have probably heard us say all the same things over and over, and you just want to see the house. So we're going to play it, and then we'll go back through and we'll talk about it. Let me make this bigger.
And I can already say I'm gonna love all the windows they put in.
Yes, you're going to love everything she put in here. It's the house of many tiles, I call it, but I love every single tile that she picked. She went down to an Imser store or went in their showroom and just, yes, beautiful tiles. So we're in that bonus room, which is now kind of the downstairs living room. Understairs storage. No one ever complains about storage. The more the merrier.
Yes. And I love that they created a nice sitting room downstairs by flipping that too.
I do too. And then the thought on this dual primary suite, so it has access directly outside, is it's got its own utility room. She was planning to put in like a little kitchenette space. So this could be a room that's rented out. It could be just amazing guest quarters. But it's a nice big dual primary on the lower level. There's the walk-in closet for the dual primary. The day that our photographer was here, it was like a gray, rainy Oregon coast day. The day that I went to meet her and kind of on their final walk, it was beautiful out. It was so sunny. The ocean was bright blue. I should have taken pictures of my own.
That's how it usually goes.
Yep. All right, we've got quartz counters. I love the rectangular undermount sinks. They add a lot of character, just a
Yeah.
tiny upgrade. And then
And the
check out
floor
that
is
floor.
fantastic.
Yep. We actually deleted the tub shower out of this bathroom too. We left the plumbing and they're gonna do, I think, the plan was a freestanding or some kind of plans down the road for the tub or shower in that space. There's where you should be able to see the ocean, but it's just gray, just blends right into the gray day. I love the architectural trim work in this house too, that tall trim package.
And it looks like she deleted the lights in the master bath as well, or is she doing her own vanity lights?
She did, yep. That little open rail at the bottom. Just little touches, just add so much character.
And this tile too.
Yes. And there's no light in this bathroom either, so you don't get it. Or maybe there's lights in one of the bathrooms. But yeah, you can see enough to see that it's amazing.
Yes. Good size half bath too.
It
Usually
is.
it's so tiny and cramped.
Mm-hmm. Luxury vinyl plank throughout, which is probably a really smart idea over there. This is a bedroom slash yoga studio. And in the day, I mean, on a nice day, you see a good ocean view from in there. So perfect yoga studio, storage, and then could be, secondary guest room if needed. The 2-panel square top doors, which are of course now our standard interior door. This handrail and columns, they were intentionally left unfinished. She had some plans for them. You'll see the blue tape. Those are some little paintings that we were headed back to repair. Okay. Upstairs. So this is the official great room. We do standard now recessed lights in the great room. In this case, she had, again, like some very specific visions of how she was gonna do lighting. So those are to come down the road. But look at that island, Shari, isn't
I
it?
was just gonna point it out. Holy moly. That's like the dream island.
And the countertop, there's a microwave space built in. She was gonna do her own knobs, so we left these, I keep saying she, but she was kind of the main designer, I'll say, in the home order.
Yeah, that quartz is gorgeous too.
It is, yep. I'm excited to see. I asked for pictures after they're doing their own backsplash and knobs and stuff on the cabinet, so I asked for more pictures. And then just windows, all ocean
Yes.
view windows.
There's that view. That
Mhm.
makes sense for everything that they did.
Yep,
And those
yep,
windows are huge and awesome.
they are, yeah. And there was still, even deleting the upper cabinets on that wall, there was still a lot of storage in the kitchen.
Mhm.
Okay, we've got the standard half bath, another tile, and I love this one just as much as the others.
Another amazing tile.
Pedestal sink, toilet, that's a typical half bath for us. It can be if you're someone who wants more storage, if you want a vanity with a drop-in sink, we can always make that change on a half bath floor plan. More of that open rail, which I love so much.
Yes. It adds so much character to the house.
It does. The utility room, kind of just tucked back here. And then we're heading into the primary suite. And now you have your closet access directly right here when you come in the door. So kind of freed up all of that wall for headboard or dresser or what have you. Good size closet up here. Pocket door. And then we made the window in here bigger, which we made all of the rear elevation windows upstairs as large as possible, really.
I'm gonna ask soon, but it looks like a 9-foot window, 9x4.
A nine, yep, exactly. 3-panel slider. And the herringbone tile in here, and again, no lights. There is a can light or two in this bathroom, but then we also did wall sconce plates. So eventually she would remove the plates and put on her own sconces there. Left a shower, but deleted the tub. So another, where we left the plumbing, they're gonna do a freestanding. And then flash back to the garage and the shop space, which is now just huge. All right. Any questions, or should we play it again and talk about it?
No questions yet, let's go.
Okay, we're gonna start with the outside of this house. So in most of what Shari and I talk about is specific to the Pacific Northwest. There's some variance in even Eastern Idaho, right? And in Arizona as far as standard materials.
Yes.
But, so what you're looking at on the outside, Adair is partnered with James Hardy for siding and trim. So all of the siding and trim all the way around is that fiber cement board. This house has a metal roof, which is an option in most branches as an upgrade, assuming that the branch has a contractor who can do metal roofs. That's the determining factor. We did, because we're so close to the ocean, we did an anti-corrosive package and a high winds package on this house. And then, of course, we paint inside and outside. Sherwin-Williams is who we work with for paint, and there's so many color choices. Shari, you stop me if you want to add anything. Otherwise, I tend to just talk nonstop.
You know me, I'll get there.
You'll call out if you need to. We've got, so of course in here, 8-foot plate height upstairs and downstairs because of height restrictions, an 8-foot standard. So we've got luxury vinyl plank on the floor. We have this tall, what we call architectural style trim package, which just gives you this really decorative header, really tall. I want to say they're 5 1/4, maybe 5 1/4, right?
5 1/4.
Baseboards.
Yeah.
Windows, lights, electrical, really anything. I mean, you can add, move, delete, whatever you need to kind of make the house yours.
Yes.
You'll notice on a lot of our plans are kind of designed with like a city lot in mind. So a lot of times they focus all the windows at the front and the back, and then the sides are left pretty plain. So if you're someone who has views out the sides or you need to reorient, absolutely it can be done. We always have understair storage. In this case, it kind of, I don't remember where it was on the lower, before we flopped. It kind of seemed like it ended up in a weird place after we swapped, but understair storage, because what else is that space going to be used for?
Does every modification create an additional cost that we do on the homes?
It depends. Sometimes there's a cost for just what you're adding. So for example, you want to add another sink and faucet to a bathroom vanity. Sometimes there's a cost for engineering. If you're doing something structural that requires we go back to engineering, sometimes there's a design cost, sometimes there's no cost, sometimes there's a credit. So very dependent on what you're doing. In general, a change will have a design cost. Got the exterior door here, which was an addition, of course, and then we increased the size of the window on that back wall. Walk-in closet, and this is standard for a walk-in closet. We'll do shelf and pull all the way around. The luxury vinyl plank has been the go-to. Is that true for you too? Is that kind of most popular where
Yes.
you're at? Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I'm in a lot of snow areas, so.
Wet boots, wet shoes, yep.
Yep.
Wet pets. Okay, so I mentioned this at the beginning, but we have partnered with Imser for tile, and Imser has a little bit of everything. And so this particular homeowner wanted to spice things up with her flooring. So she went to her local Imser showroom and picked the coolest tiles, and we priced them and brought them in and installed them. Another cool thing that she didn't hear, so we deleted the mirrors so that they could do their own framed mirrors or decorative mirrors. And then rather than just extending this vanity all the way across, we added this full height kind of linen cabinet built in. You'll notice, I think the cabinets are a different color in every room, which I love. So we've got, this is the anonymous gray, I believe. Does that look anonymous gray to you?
Yes, it does.
Yes. And then again, deleted the knobs and the drills for the knobs so they can provide their own. But of course, if you're someone who wants to be hands-off, we can absolutely look at our standard options, our upgrade options.
I was gonna say, I really like how she has the mixed tones of the knobs and then also like the brush bronze or brush nickel for the faucet, because that's really a trend that's happening right now.
Yeah,
Mixture of
mixing
everything.
metals.
Yeah.
I agree. The red thing on the ceiling is just the cover on the smoke detector. It won't be red once they take the cover off. We've got in this closet, which I don't think that the photographer went into. It's a mechanical closet, so the furnace is housed in there, and it's lots of storage. And then that is a linen closet built in next to the half bath or guest bath downstairs. I do think a lot, we talk about our pre-engineered plans and our custom plans in modifying our pre-engineered plans. And sometimes it sounds like almost like a consequence or a discipline to get pushed down into the custom path. But it is so much fun. So this house, I said, was kind of right at the edge of needing to go custom. But there's repercussions that come from making changes. So for example, when we flipped the floors on this one, suddenly the HVAC venting was running straight up through the half bath above. So it's kind of fun to sit down with the drafting team and have them talk about, like, because of this change, here are your options on what we're going to do to handle this. So having to or getting pushed down the custom path is, I would say, it's a reward. It's great. Just
Well,
having
it
the
really
team.
is, and I like how you mentioned how fun it is, because I mean, there's so many things that buyers ask me to do. Like, so we talked about the Gallet tins, which is the little brother. I have buyers actually in their phase 3 meeting right now, and they took the Gallet tin and switched to the front with the back because they're viewed
Oh,
the back. So we just flopped it like this instead of like this.
yeah, yeah.
So, and it's just great to see what people come up with. Cause I mean, I've been doing this for 5 years for this company. And then you're like, I would have never saw that
I
until
know, like, oh, that's a great idea.
yeah, exactly.
On this upper level, so that same luxury vinyl plank carried throughout, the same trim package throughout. We work with Shaw for flooring, so carpet, laminate plank, luxury vinyl plank, engineered hardwood, tile, of course, is Imser, but all kinds of flooring options here. And then this quartz countertop, this beautiful quartz countertop. This is a group C, I believe. I think this is Calicotta Ultra, which there's so many granites and quartzes. There's ways to modify it. I'm gonna pause or rewind to get a good look at the kitchen, but, yes, if you have a vision, especially for kitchens, that seems to be when people come armed with like Pinterest bulletins. Like,
Mhm.
absolutely, yes, show us, we'll do it. But what you're looking at here, so a standard kitchen for Adair, we would leave space for a 30-inch range, a microwave hood, and a dishwasher. Refrigerator is the customer's responsibility, but of course, we're gonna do the accommodations, the electrical and the water line. In this case, they decided to delete the appliance package and provide their own. And then they also did their own under cabinet hood with this decorative hood cover up here. So they sourced this outside of Adair, and then we did the cabinet package, uppers and lowers. We've got the farmhouse sink. Adair now standard does quartz countertops and quartz backsplash. But like they did, you could delete the backsplash and choose to do your own. You could extend the quartz all the way up to the cabinets above. You could do some kind of tile backsplashes. Surprisingly, at my design meetings, it always stumps people. Like there's so many choices. We end up spending some of the longest decision-making time on backsplash.
Yes. Well,
Um,
I was gonna say, something they could do totally cool around this is floating shelves around this window and stuff
oh
like
yeah,
that. We can do it all.
maximize your space there, absolutely. These cabinets are painted as well, but they're slightly different gray than what was downstairs. It's called smoke. And then of course there used to be upper cabinets here, like Shari was hinting at. We got rid of them to just give maximum window space. Pantry is now here. It used to have a swinging door and we played around with door swings, and then ultimately they decided that it was just gonna kind of limit access to shelving, and so they just deleted it.
Roger, a phase three meeting, I skipped ahead a little bit, but a phase three meeting is where the buyer comes in and gets all of their blueprints and their permits package and everything else. Basically, it's where we're saying, all right, once your lot's ready, we are ready to roll forward. So that's one of the most exciting meetings, because then we do your color selections and everything. In my opinion, that's like, oh my gosh, we're almost there.
Yeah, it's happening. Agreed. I like this deck question. I'll answer that. This is a fairly recent change to us. So yes, we can do decking, deck framing, deck railing, deck steps. Absolutely, that's an option now. And then we can also do finished concrete if you want like decorative concrete patios or, yep. I love that this is a picture window,
Yes.
just glass, no obstructions.
They have a great view. Oh,
I really do. Yep. Okay, the half bath, again, pedestal sink and a toilet, keeping that tall trim package, and then we've got the tile, the custom tile in here. Usually we would do a mirror over every sink, but if you're thinking you want to do something decorative, that's kind of one of those things that's fun to shop for during construction. So we deleted it in this house. Um, you can delete just one room or two rooms, and then the open rail is something where we would ask you about 50 questions as far as how you want the balusters to look and the banister and what material and what color. But open rail, always an option. Generally a half wall, a drywall half wall would be standard.
Roger, we've actually changed our program. So one of the newest things that we now include are can lights everywhere except the bedrooms. So the bedrooms are going to have a ceiling mounted light, and then everything else is a can light. So, and of course we have different color selections you can select from: black, brushed bronze, brushed nickel, and different styles, modern, farmhouse. So we can pretty much do it all. Just ask.
Just ask. We can also delete fixtures and you could provide your own.
Yep.
I love when we get good questions. So exciting.
You know.
Okay. In the closet, in the primary suite. And then this bedroom, same materials carried in here. There's that standard light on the ceiling Shari was talking about, just a flush mount ceiling light right in the middle. You could choose to replace it with cans, or a fan, or just a fan roughen. We've got the herringbone floor in here. Standard in a primary suite, we would do a walk-in fiberglass shower, and a drop-in tile deck tub. We do 2 sinks in the primary, assuming the bathroom is big enough to accommodate these things. And a light over each sink. Then you can see she's planning for 3 sconces with 1 right between the mirrors, which is gonna be so cute. I'm gonna pause here for a second. Standard garage, of course, we're gonna do the slab in here. We finished the walls as far as drywall, fire, tape, and paint. They're not textured like interior walls, but they absolutely can be. The overhead garage door is included, door openers included. Water heater is generally located in the garage. And then in this case, they also chose to add this service door going directly outside from the garage. Otherwise, you would have, your entry door and your overhead door. Okay. Any questions or should we keep going?
Keep going.
Keep going. All right, I'm gonna let this play through again, and then I want to kind of give a run through of what we now call the 5 simple steps or the basic steps to ordering a house. So first thing we want you to do is talk to a lender or maybe you're a cash customer, but get a pre-qualification. Make sure you have a good understanding of your budget. You know where you want to be for monthly payments and just kind of all in, where's your sweet spot? That kind of kicks everything off. It tells us everything we need to know for planning purposes. Of course, we have in-house financing. I think at this point, probably everyone has seen our 4.875 for the 30-year fixed, which is quite literally unbeatable right now. So that promo is still going. It's kind of calculated at the end of every month whether or not we're going to continue it. So as far as we know, it ends at the end of this month.
Yes.
Sorry.
Interior wall texture choice. I don't know about you guys. So my area, we do like the Santa Fe Sun Valley wall texture, which is like a smooth trout. What do you guys do over there?
Ooh, we do an orange peel and then we do a hand trowel on the ceiling.
Okay.
But you can change it.
Yes.
Okay. One more thing about Adair Financial before I move on. They do a soft credit pull pre-qual. So you can fill out an application, find out where you're at for numbers, talk to a loan officer without hurting your score. Meaning if you decide, maybe this is a 5-year plan and you want to put it on hold for a while, it's kind of a no harm, no foul. Second thing we want you to do is find land. We don't. Yep. We don't have land for sale. We don't help in the finding of land process, but we have amazing realtor partners that we partnered up with and that we can refer out. So we found the best of the best in our area for vacant land purchases, and we can connect you with them. Anything to add to that, Shari?
I always suggest using a real estate agent because they're going to help you do your due diligence on your property, making sure that the property is buildable. And during that time, we're also helping get that done as well. We want to make sure that the land is perfect for your new dream home. So
yes. The next steps, you found the land, you're under contract. We want to come out and see it while you're in that due diligence period. So at my branch, we're a site services branch, which I'll explain, but we ask for the deposit before we come see the property. The deposit is fully refundable should you decide not to move forward. If you continue to move forward, it comes off the cost of the house. But we want to come see it. We want to understand your vision. We want to make sure it's going to work for what you want to do. And then we want to put together a bid package. So based on the property, based on how you plan to utilize it, here's the cost to develop it. And Shara, you vary slightly, but not really.
yes, yeah, we are not site services yet. So we do help the buyer get their land bids if we need to do that. But really, it's a good way for the buyer to do some of that sweat equity portion themselves right now. And we will be site services hopefully soon. But either way, myself and my team are here to help with any subcontractors and anything else. But while we're on that, we have the land, but needs some site prep. Is site prep done by Adair or the owner? So that kind of varies on both sides, right? So my side is done by the owner, but Katie, I think you guys take care of that, don't you?
We do all of it. Yep, we're gonna come out, see what needs done, write you a bid for it, and then we're gonna handle it.
Perfect.
But in Shari's case too, they would come out, put together a report of what needs done, and then they would hold your hand through finding the right people to do it. So either way, it's great to just kind of call your local branch and find out, either way,
Yes.
that will be a resource to you.
Because I can offer limited site services. So it really just depends on how hands-on you want to be on your project.
Yes.
If financing with Adair, is there a discount on the bid price?
The discount is that 4.875, which is gonna save you tens of thousands of dollars over the course of 30 years.
Yes.
Okay, so on that note, we have come out, we've seen the property, we've determined it's gonna work for what you wanna do. We've given you the cost to develop it for what you want to do. Next step is designing the house, and this is my favorite part of the process. So we are gonna call you in, whether you're custom, whether you're highly modified, or whether you're kind of sticking to one of our pre-engineered plans. We're gonna go room by room, and we're gonna ask you questions to get you thinking about furniture placement and how your outlets are gonna work and what kind of material you want on the floor. And then we're gonna quote based on any change that you've made. We're gonna give you an itemized quote. So then you can decide, this stays, this goes, or maybe it's all within budget and you just move forward to the next step. Anything to add to that, Shari?
No, I think you covered it.
Okay, after you've designed it, you've made any changes you think you want, we're gonna produce drawings. So now, rather than the Creston, it's gonna be the Smith plan, and it's gonna incorporate any changes you've made. So again, you'll have a chance to look and be like, yeah, I think I like the fridge there, or I think the wide and front entry is gonna work great, or maybe you find a couple things that you wanna go back to the drawing board on. But the idea is that when you sign contracts, your drawings are perfect, your quote is perfect, you're now ready to move into ordering a house.
Yeah.
So immediately after ordering the house, me as a site services branch, my branch is handling everything start to finish. So we are getting your drawings, we're getting your permits, we're sending the team in and breaking ground and prepping for the house. Once we've done that, we are pouring foundation and scheduling out the build. And you will be just kind of along for the ride, just there to witness and watch your house be built. We're going to keep you updated, weekly updates. There's multiple times we want you to meet on site to do walkthroughs with the superintendent. And then, of course, you'll have a direct line of contact should you have questions as we go. But dry out, clean up, paint, it's done. You just get to move in at the end. Shari, floor is yours.
Floor is mine. Yeah, I was gonna say, that's really how our process is over here as well. Besides the site development, that's really the only difference. But again, we are helping you through that process and pretty much the same thing, very open line of communication. We want you to see your house going up, and we want you to see, the stick built going up and the paint on the walls and just be there. This is yours.
It's your house, yeah. I will show builder signal, and then that gives people an opportunity to kind of think of any final questions.
Okay.
But builder signal is my favorite thing that we've done recently because I'm nosy and I like to watch people's houses go up. So we do.
Especially with our territories too. My territory, like we talked about in the beginning, is so big. I don't get to the houses as often as I like. So I love that we have builder signal now to be able to show it off.
I agree. So builder signal is it's like a weekly blog almost. So it's for you to see, you can give access to family members. But every week it's a photo blog of, hey, here's what we did this week. Here's pictures of what we did. Here's the list. Here's what we're planning to do next week. So this is just a fun way. So Shari and I can pop in and out of all of our builds and look and see where they're at and what's being done, and plan to send the videographer in there so we can do more of these open houses. But it's also fun for you, especially those of us that maybe aren't living on site or close by, just to stay up to date on those pictures. Can you trim a walk-in closet with upper and lower clothes rods? Absolutely. Yep. Okay. I think we're about done. We'll kind of slowly say our goodbyes just in case anyone else has any questions to add. Shari, do you have any closing notes?
Just if you have any questions, please reach out to your local branch. Everyone varies just a tiny bit, but we're pretty dang close all the way across the board. So reach out to them and let them help you figure out what's next.
Yeah, and there's not prerequisites. So if you're someone who's like, hey, this is like a 2-year plan of mine, I want to start planning, let's do it. Let's talk. Yeah. Can you show the blueprints? Yes. I will. And then, Becca, this will be on YouTube as well, this whole video. I think they usually take like 2 days to post it. So you can pause where needed, but this is the upstairs. And then downstairs, we've got,
Oh, I just noticed they put two exterior doors or service doors in their garage. I thought I saw that next to the front door, but.
so this is standard.
Uh-huh.
This one they added, isn't the Gallatin or Creston one that, oh no. Does it have a standard service door or it doesn't? The Gallatin does, Creston
The
doesn't.
Gallatin does, yes.
Okay, yeah, so they added two, exactly what you said. Okay, we are
Awesome.
out of here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the participation and the questions. It makes it so much funner.
Yes.
We'll be back hopefully in a month or so with another one to show off.
All right. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you, Shari.